Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be discussing about how to attempt your MDS theory exam paper. I'll be discussing about how to write your answer like an article, and you have to maintain a standardization of your post-graduation. You should not write any vague answers like how you used to write during your studies. So you have basically 4 papers, that is your basic science. So for basic science you have to read a lot because you have lot of subjects to cover, and next you have conservative dentistry, and you have to read about dental materials also, and it is little forgetting, so but you have to write as it is in the textbook. You cannot cook up any stories in your conservative paper. And next will be your endodontics. It will be easy because you are doing the endodontics throughout your 3 years. You will be doing RCTs, you will be doing surgical endodontics and many more things. So you can attempt this paper very easily. And last paper will be your essay type paper. So in essay type paper you have to write the lengthy answer here. So that will be a little easy for you. So mainly we will be discussing about how will be the design of your booklet. So mainly we are concentrating here is GHS exam guidelines, and it differs from one university to other university. So mainly your booklet contains 50 pages booklet, and no supplementaries will be given, and you have to draw neat label diagrams wherever necessary. And sometimes you can use pencils, H&D pencils or pen, but what happens is when you use H&D pencils or pen, it will be not scanned in your monitor when we are evaluating. So try to practice all the diagrams in your pen only, because your paper will be scanned when we are evaluating. And maintain your handwriting. So maintaining your handwriting from start to end is the key point to score good marks. And sometimes the serial numbers will be already printed in your booklet, and sometimes it will be not. So if it is printed, then you have to maintain the chronology. You have to attend the questions from start to end. And there are two types of attending answers, that is you have to maintain the chronology as I told. So if you maintain the chronology, what will happen? The evaluators will think that you are very confident enough in the subject. So then they think that this person knows everything. But if you answer whichever question you are confident, then they think that you are not confident enough. So that disturbs the evaluator's mind. So it is totally depends upon how you present your paper, and it should be very pleasant to evaluator's eyes. So you have to start all the answers from the new page. So whatever answer you are going to start, you have to start it from the new page. Don't continue from the last answer. Then attend all the questions. Never leave any questions. Never leave empty pages. And here in post-graduation, quality matters over quantity. So you have to remember writing lot of paragraphs, and simply just filling the pages you will not get much more marks. So always try to use all the flow charts, tabular columns and other diagrams, everything to fill your papers. And how you represent your paper, that is very important. So as I told, flowchart or framework or contents or index is very important where before starting your answer. So we'll see how to write your flowchart. So basically, when do you have to write the flowchart? So you can write your flowcharts only when you have long essays or essay type paper, that is your last paper, for your last paper, and long essays, not for short essays, long essays. You can write 2 pages of flowchart. Okay. And for short essays, if time permits, you can write the flowchart. Otherwise, if your handwriting is fast, if you're too good at managing your time, you can write the flowchart. Otherwise, directly you can start writing your answers. Coming to the basic science, for basic science you will be attending almost 10 questions for 10 marks. So that will be very lengthy, your basic science paper. So if time permits, you can write your flowcharts. Otherwise, you can write your answers directly. And remember this thing, always quote the indexed journal articles as references. Never quote any textbooks names like Grossman, Engel, or Stadwan, or Monopoly, anything like that. Because you are a postgraduate student, you have to refer all these standard article journals. So flowchart. So what all you have to include in your flowchart? So basically your flowchart contains references. Okay. The first thing is you can write your references in the beginning or you can write it at the last. But some evaluators will be looking for the references in the beginning only. So then they'll think that this person knows the references also. So writing your references is very, very, very important. So don't neglect your references, introduction and your conclusion part. Okay. So next, after writing your references, what you can do, you can write your introduction related to that topic, and you can write the historical background or the milestones which happened during those times, and definitions. So definitions, you have to include a lot of definitions according to various authors and also according to various articles. And classification, when you're writing the classification also, you have to maintain the chronology, what led to the invention of what, so which year what was classified, after that what was classified, and which year it is classified, and year of invention is also very important. And if that topic contains any composition or any description or anything, so you can write it. So then start your description of your answer. So that is the body of your answer. Okay, now flowchart is over. Then you have to start your you have to describe whatever you are written here in the flowchart, like introduction, history, definitions, everything you have to start describing here. After writing the description, then you have to move on to your recent advances or any latest updates which you got it in your any articles. Then later you have to write your summary and conclusion. Okay, after writing summary and conclusion, you have to write your references, and as I told, references should be always from your PubMed specialty journals and latest journals, and you have to quote these landmark studies and classic articles, and I told never quote any textbook names in your references. That is a big blunder that all postgraduate students are doing, whether in Chayside Viva or in your Grand Viva or in your theory exam papers, you all are quoting textbook names, so that you should not do. So now how to write an answer? Now your flowchart is done, your framework is done. You're going to write your answer. So you're starting with your introduction. So I always tell introduction and conclusion should be in a paragraph. Okay. Other all things you can write it in point wise, but otherwise you have to write your introduction and conclusion should be in paragraph. And it should not be more than 5 lines. Okay, keep it very simple, your introduction and conclusion, because you will be not having much time to sit and write a lot of introduction and lot of conclusion. Keep it 3 lines or 3 sentences. That is very much enough, very much fine enough. Okay, at least, but you have to write your introduction, conclusion. Even if you don't know about introduction and conclusion, you have to write something, because that is the way of writing your article, sorry, your answer. Then your description of your answers should be like this: point wise, you have to add your flow charts, you have to add all these tabular columns and diagrams wherever necessary, and any clip parts or any the boxes or the shapes that you can add, and you can write your answers. Don't write paragraph wise answer. So quality matters over quantity. Next will be how to quote the author's name when you are writing the answer. So always quote author's name wherever necessary with the date and the year of inventions, and if any landmark studies are there, if they are done any classical studies or any landmark studies, these you should quote in a very catchy word, okay, to put it in a catchy word, or you can put it in inverted commas, or you can write it in capital sentences, or you can underline these things. So here you can see this G.V. Black has given the composition of silver amalgam in the year 1895. So you have to quote his name. You have to give a lot of importance to the authors because they have given a lot of contribution to our speciality, so you should never forget them. So you should quote them wherever necessary with the year of invention, and if they are associated with any university, like Torabina Jad, he is from the Loma Linda University and he invented MTA in the year 1993. So like that, all these landmark studies you have to quote while writing your answer. So next, coming to the diagram. So this is very important, because when you are writing the theory paper, we will be concentrating mainly on your flow charts, your descriptive part, your point wise what you are writing, okay, and you have to include lot of diagrams, and diagrams should be there in almost all the pages. So try to incorporate a lot of diagrams. So we try to see lot of diagrams. It is very easy to understand that what you are written. And also writing a diagram also, you have some guidelines. So your arrow mark should be showing towards the picture you want to explain. It's not like what you are going to describe about it. It is like what you are going to show. So arrow mark should be always placing towards the picture what you want to describe. And some people will be writing their diagrams very complicated. They'll label A, B, C, D like this, and we have to sit and search where they have labeled. So that is very complicated. So never do that. Keep your keep your picture as simple as it is. Then you're moving to the last part of your answer, that is you have to write recent advances or any updates, then you have to write the conclusion, then you have to write the references as I told, and last don't forget to strike out the unfilled pages. So last but not the least, always try to uh, turn your question paper once, because in a hurry you will never notice what is printed backside of your question paper. So just have a look and move on. So I thought this tip will be useful for you all to attempt your exam theory paper. So in the next video I will be discussing how to write theory paper by actually taking some of the topic. Okay, till then we'll see. Bye bye. Thank you.